What's going on, Yon Nation? Welcome back to the channel for some more Cyberpunk 2077 news. Now I'm sure at this point we're all itching to get to see the 2019 gameplay demo for Cyberpunk 2077, as it's been more than a year since the 48-minute walkthrough. Post E3 2019, CD Projekt Red confirmed that we would be getting a demo at PAX West, much like how they revealed last year's demo post Gamescom. This morning, CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077 took to Twitter to communicate their plans when it comes to the public demo's release. They stated in their post as follows. Next week we're going to host a stream during which we'll unveil a 50-minute edit of what we've been showing to journalists and gamers here at Gamescom, and then interview devs from the studio for additional information on what you just saw. Expect a lot of insight into the thought process behind creative decisions, information about Pacifica, one of the districts in Night City, and tons of stuff on playstyles you'll be able to adopt when you launch Cyberpunk 2077 next year. The stream will be available for everyone to watch, so all of you wherever you are have a chance to feel a bit of Gamescom or any other trade show at home. Hosting the entire thing will be our very own Holly Bennett, our UK head of comms, and the dev lineup will include some familiar faces you know and like. There's one additional announcement we have for you. We initially planned to showcase gameplay at PAX West, but there's been a change of plans and we'll be streaming from Warsaw. The PAX cosplay contest is still on, we just won't have the dev panel on site this time around. Why is this important? Because 15 minutes relative to the 30-minute public and 50-minute private demo is not much footage when you compare it to what people who went to these events got to see. Now before I share my thoughts, let us remember there was backlash in 2018 when they didn't release the demo at E3 or Gamescom 2018, but when it did, people came back around. Same thing for E3 2019 when CDPR announced there would not be a public showing of gameplay, but they showcased Keanu as Johnny Silverhand, a CGI trailer, and a gameplay sneak peek that won most of us back again. Now personally, I'm a little conflicted. We have confirmation of a date and a time, which honestly really helps with planning where and how to view it instead of just having an arbitrary timeline, but 15 minutes is a lot shorter than anticipated. Even the public viewings at E3 and Gamescom were double this at roughly 30 minutes. On the flip side, they've done enough world building with the previous demo, and the mechanics are the focus with this one, so a condensed version means we can just jump right into the skills, mechanics, and playstyles. CDPR's reason for condensing the gameplay is that the private and public demo showcased too many spoilers. Now obviously we have a ton of media and influencers reporting on these demos, so I think preventative measures for spoilers are a tad redundant at this point. We've probably read them already from the multitude of people reporting on the demo and their impressions from E3 and Gamescom 2019. There is of course the possibility that we didn't hear of the spoilers, which are supposed to be big, and in that case I'll retract my previous statement. 99% of the fun of a single-player narrative RPG is unraveling the story and exploration, and another hour of content on top of last year's demo is pretty unheard of, so I'm not sure what more they'd have to show us in the next 6 months before release. I do also have a sneaking suspicion that the reception for this demo didn't have quite the impact of last year's, and that things like gunplay and stiff driving mechanics stood out more. I know CDPR were hesitant to show last year's demo, and maybe this year's feedback has caused them to reassess the slice that they're showing and pinpoint some of their weaker elements. I am okay with 15 minutes if it's detailed and addresses as much as possible that we won't be able to see in the full 50 minutes. Additionally, the panel after the demos is something I'll be keeping my eye on, and I'm hoping it's not repeat information from interviews. As for my personal prediction, again it seems like they're emphasizing playstyles, so gameplay chunks and how they unfold differently between Stealth Netrunner Male V and Brute Strength Solo Female V will likely be the focal point, as well as skills, attributes, trees, and potentially inventories. Thanks for watching guys, and check back into the channel tomorrow for my full Cyberpunk 2077 Gamescom screenshot analysis.